My man Czar make tracks like this.
What's going on, y'all? I want to give you a tip on using different song versions in Studio One. So Studio One has a feature called versions, or save new version, where you can create multiple versions of your session and save it within the same session. And you do that by going to a save new version. And this will create a new version of what you're working on in the session. You know, for example, if you want to do a mixed revision or radio version, acapella version, you can do these as different versions. My issue with the way the Studio One does this is that there's no way to currently tell which version that you're in, and I would like to see them place it up here next to the name of the session here. Just have like dash and then the version, and then you know what you're on. So for this video, I want to show you a tip on what I do to tell which version I'm in. I used to go to song information and type it in there. What I found that you can do is create a marker, and we'll do this. We'll call this album version, and I'll actually do it as start of album version, and I'll show you why in just a second. We're doing start of album version, and then you drag that marker to the start, and now you see album version. So the reason I do start of is because if I take out start of, I won't be able to see the full album version there, and it just says version. So start of album version, and now I know this is my album version. So as I go to save a new version of this, album version, and it saves, and I can do the same thing for, let's say, a clean version. So now I have a clean version, and I'll save this one as well. And now if I go to restore version, and I'm going to want to restore my album version. And now you see I've got album version listed here as the first marker. Even though you have two markers placed at the front, it's not going to create a double marker as far as the placement when you're playing back. So if I go to marker, I go back to the top and I press forward, it skips to that next marker, not that album version marker. So that's a good thing there. So this allows you to tell what version you are in if you do it this way. Restore version, we'll go back to the clean version. And you see I have clean version there. So if you would like to see this version listed up here at the top, I've created a Studio One feature request on answers.presonus.com. I'll leave a link in the description of the video if you want to go and vote for that, and hopefully we can get that feature added to Studio One. But as for now, this is a nice way to be able to tell what version you're on when you're using multiple versions. This is also really good for mixed revisions. If you do mix 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, you're able to go back and recall exactly how you had those previous versions. You know, you'd be surprised how many times you're working on a mix for a client and you get to, say, mix 1.4, 1.5, and then they decide that they like 1.2 the best, and you've got to backtrack and try to figure out what you had and what you did for 1.2. With versions here, I can easily save that version of 1.2 and go right back to it. All right, any questions, comments, let me know, and I'll catch y'all next time.